Hi guys, JP from FSiPanel. On this video I will show you how you can do quick traffic pattern using FSiPanel 2020 Advanced Edition on the beautiful PMDG Boeing 777-300ER. So this is like traffic patterns that you can fly in VMC or in IMC. This is basically to have the complete panel of flows and checklists so you can do takeoff, cruise, descent briefing, approach briefing and landing. And you don't have to set up everything. It will be done in any airport you like, and everything will be programmed by FSiPanel. So I will show you what you have to do. Right now we are sitting in Gatwick on runway 26 left, and we'll try to do a left-hand pattern. Before I forget, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So let's jump in the cockpit and see what steps are required. All right, here we are in the cockpit of our 777. What you have to do is just load the aircraft where you want to practice your flight. Here I'm in Gatwick on runway 26 left. Make sure you have the engines running. Make sure you have your ADRU aligned. As you can see, I have nothing in the FMC. If we have a look inside, it's all empty. Basically, the aircraft has just been loaded on the runway. What you need to do is to set your training weight. So make sure that you pick a training weight which is nice for this kind of pattern. So what you can do is use the FS Action fuel and payload. So let's take around 15 tons of fuel, and I will adjust the payload to, let's say, 60% right there. So 210, so we are on 225 tons right now. Good. So that's about good. We are ready to go. So that's the only thing you need to do. And then from that point, you start FSiPanel and you will tell it to do the whole approach for you. So the whole circuit for you. So let's start FSiPanel and see what we have to do. All right, here we are in FSiPanel. The first thing, as always, make sure you have the PMDG 777 detected. We are in Gatwick. Always make sure you select the right runway, because this is what FSiPanel will use to do your pattern. So we are on the runway 26 left. That's correct. If not, just change it. So here we are correct on runway 26 left. And now to program the pattern, you have to go to select fix, and you see here the quick traffic pattern, left hand or right hand. So here in Gatwick, we'll try a left hand. So as soon as I click on left hand, everything will start in the cockpit. So let's do that and see what happened. So I'm in the cockpit and we are going to see what happened in our FMC. So let's have a look. We can see Gatwick to Gatwick, FSiPanel 001. And now FSiPanel will program the departure. The runway is 26 left. And it will insert here all the waypoints that you need. So if we have a look at the same time on our map display, we can see our pattern that is about to be drawn. So this is the traffic pattern that we will fly in IMC or VMC, and we can use full automation. So I will show you that just now. So now the 4 points are created. FSiPanel will ask you what kind of approach you want to fly, because these patterns let you select LNAV, VOR, whatever you want to fly. This is 12 miles final, so which will cover probably everything. So here, let's say you want to fly the ILS 26 left. To make it simple, just select 26 left. That's all you have to do, and then click acknowledge. FSiPanel takes over the control and continue the setup with the performance, 0 fuel weight, reserved, cruise altitude, and then it will set the takeoff speed. So for the takeoff speed here, make sure you check the performance. As here I'm just using the FMC speed, so in most of the case you will be fine to take off, but if you want to make sure, just go ahead and check your takeoff performance. All right, here we go. We have everything done. So we're going to have a look on the flight plan, everything that has been done. So we can see that LNAV, VNAV are armed. We have 161. 161 is V2. We have the runway heading. We have 4,000 for cruise altitude. We have the auto brake RTO. And we have basically everything set for departure. FSiPanel has done everything. So we are climbing to 4,000 feet. One thing you need to do is to look at your flight plan and close it properly. So if we go to planning page here and we have a look at the steps, we can see that we are going downwind, and at the end of downwind here we are going to this last waypoint and then to Charlie Fox 26 left. Make sure that you connect your flight plan to a waypoint which is closer to the runway. Do not connect it over there, as the aircraft will turn in the wrong direction or do all kind of strange things. So here you want to go to Charlie Fox 26 left. So what we have to do is just pick up Charlie Fox 26 left and we can put it right there. Execute. Good. So now we have done everything we need and we are ready to fly. So basically the only thing I need to do is go back to map mode. I can set my traffic if I want, and station data, position, for example. And here what you need to do is just a checklist. So we are going to check before takeoff checklist, flaps, and before checklist completed. Good. The 777 is ready. I'm going to do the takeoff and we will fly this very nice and easy pattern. Okay, so let's go. Let's start the time so we see how long we need to do the pattern. And parking brake is off. Normally we have all the lights on already done by FSiPanel, so we are ready to go. Takeoff. Stable. Thrust ref. Takeoff thrust set.
80 knots.
Checked. Hold.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. LNAV. So here the idea is to show you what you can do with this aircraft. So I'm going to use the autopilot and we will let the aircraft fly basically the whole thing. So we are just going to see how you can practice your flow, your checklist, and fly nice patterns. So speed check flaps 1. VNAV path. Speed check flaps up. Turning left. And flaps are up. Perfect. Let's turn off the light here that we don't need for now. And let's go ahead and do the checklist. We have after takeoff checklist complete. Good. So we are in VNAV path. We are turning left. We will join downwind for runway 26 left. So it's about time to start preparing the approach, as it will be a very short flight. So we're expecting to go on downwind now. So that's going to be the heading 08 something. Let's put the heading on downwind and then we will do a quick briefing. Here we go. So now if we go to init-ref, we have the speed to set, so we are going to do a flaps 30 landing. That's good. I'm going to use auto brake 2 in Gatwick. Minimum for this approach is 396. So reset, and we are going to put 396. Easy. Here we go. And the FMC is programmed. Everything is done. In case of missed approach, we climb straight ahead until passing 2,000 feet, so we can check if we have that in the box. So 2,000 feet, yes, and then we turn left onto heading 178 and then vectors. So everything is perfect. We are on downwind, so we are going to do the checklist now. So descent checklist, recall. Checked. Notes checked, auto brake is 2. Landing data, VRF is 141 and minimum is 396. Approach briefing completed. We can go ahead and do the approach briefing right away. The approach checklist, altimeter 1013, reading 4,000 and 4,000. Approach checklist completed. Good, so now we are on downwind. Unfortunately, it is in IMC, so let's have a look from outside. The aircraft is flying very nicely the downwind leg. And then we are going to the end of downwind. As I told you, this is 12 miles final, and the idea behind this feature of FSiPanel Advanced Edition is to let you program any kind of approach that is available from that position. So you can have LNAV approach, you can program VOR approach, and then you can practice at any airport you like. You just need to start FSiPanel at the right position on the right runway. Make sure you select the correct runway as well in the program, and then FSiPanel will program your FMC. And we can see top of descent right there. If we have a look at the waypoint Charlie Fox 26 left, we should be at 2000 or above. So when the aircraft asks us to descend, we'll be able to start our descent. I could go terrain here, so we have a good indication about where is the terrain as we are still in IMC. And we will do the descent as per the profile, and the speed will reduce as per the FMC. You can see that we're expecting to be at 184 knots at Charlie Fox 26 left. So that's very good. The aircraft will probably reduce the speed just before top of descent. Reset MCP altitude. Okay, so we are on a pattern and we are clear to do the pattern. So let's put the MSA for the area for now, which is 2300, just to make sure that we are safe until we are on the localizer. So let's put 2300. So now the aircraft will start descent whenever it's required, and we will see how she flies this. So we have 3 miles to go on the left side. Now the passengers, they start to look to see rainy London. That looks good. And we will turn in on base very shortly. Here we go, turning on base. So let's go back in our captain seat and see what FSiPanel has programmed and how you will fly this. So let's put the inbound heading now 257. You see the top of descent is coming. So we're expecting the aircraft to start descent very soon. We have the vertical deviation right there. So inbound heading is 257. Here we go. And we have the top of descent. Aircraft is starting to descend and the speed will be reduced as well slightly. If you want to reduce the speed, you go ahead and use the take the speed control. I just want to see what happened if I let the aircraft fly, as we have a restriction, or hard restriction, of 170 knots at the waypoint Fox 26 left. So as you can see now the aircraft is reducing, so I need to go ahead and put some flaps. So speed check, flaps 1. We are clear for the approach. So I'm going to arm the approach, and as you can see we have localizer captured. Glide slope is armed. We are on VNAV path, and you can see that these patterns bring you exactly where you need to be to practice your approach. So let's go now flaps 5. Glide slope captured. Missed approach altitude is 3000 feet. Here we go. And easy like that, you can fly patterns anywhere you like. So we are 9 miles final. We start to see the ground, that's perfect. Here I could use a little bit of speed brake if required in order to slow down the aircraft. Even though when you put the gear down and flaps 20, that will slow it down quite a bit. Radio altimeter alive, 7 miles. Okay, let's go, gear down. Flaps 20. Speed 160 knots. Lights on. Arm speed brake. Come on. Here, it's arm. Perfect. Need to be stabilized by 500 feet as we are visual. Runway is in sight. Let's go flaps 30. And we will set our V approach. We have less than 10 knots headwind, so half of the headwind and 5 minimum, so that's going to be 146. All right, V approach 146 set. Flaps approaching to 30. Speed brake extended, so it's not armed, so I need, okay. How to arm it? Armed. Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. Missed approach altitude is set. The runway is in front of us. Everything looks good. So we'll try to concentrate on this landing. I will disconnect the autopilot at around 500 feet. And then we will vacate the runway and I will show you the after landing flow so that I can taxi my airplane looking on the taxiway rather than looking up and down. So that's another feature of FSiPanel available as well, sorry, on the standard edition. 1000 feet stabilized. Missed approach altitude is set. I hope my controller is properly configured now. Last time I was not able to disconnect the autopilot. I had to push the button, so that was not a very good demonstration. So here it looks good. Light wind. We are visual. Coming to 500 feet. Let's take autopilot off now. Okay, flight director. Aircraft is trimmed for the correct speed, so it works pretty well.
500.
Checked. Continue. 2 and 2 on the profile, on the PAPI. Three red, correcting.
50 above.
Check. Back on profile.
$50, 30, 20, 10.
Okay. Speed brake up. Reverses normal. Manual braking. Auto brake disarmed. Idle reverse, and we're gonna take the first right here to vacate the runway. All right, the runway is vacated. Make sure your speed is below 40 knots. You can see it right there. And now to start the after landing flow, you just need to retract 1 notch of flaps using your keyboard. So the keyboard key is F6. So when I hit F6, FSiPanel will start the after landing flow. Another way is to use the menu of FSiPanel. By default, this is Ctrl-Shift F11. You can change that in the setup, and that will bring the menu where you can choose any flow you like. So I'm just turning there, and I'll show you the after landing flow. Beautiful. So we are using the other runway to taxi in Gatwick. Here we go. And now I'm going to use F6 key. Done. And you will see auto brake off, flaps are moving up, TCAS is off, the lights are off except the taxi light. We have the transponder to transponder only, flaps are moving up, speed brake is retracted, so everything is done. So now you can just taxi your airplane wherever you need to. And then we have the other flow, which is the shutdown. Basically, we have the flow for every step of the flight. And for that, you can see the video. The link will be at the end of the video. You will see the link to check all the flows available for you. If you fly on VATSIM or if you fly 777 and you have FSiPanel Advanced Edition, you can use the flow as first officer to help you flying the airplane. All right. So that's how to fly an easy circuit with FSiPanel. You can use it in any airport you like. And as easy as it was, you saw it, I hope you liked the video, guys. If you have any question or comments, please drop it in the section down below. Stay safe, and please do subscribe to the channel. That helps me a lot. See you next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.